I have exclusive magic drops on my Twitch. If you come by, link your account and lurk, you can get a free skin. Appreciate it, boys. Peace, peace, peace. Yo, what's up? How's it going? So I just wanted to make this video because I ended up getting rank 1 Thor again. I reclaimed my throne, but I ended up doing it in under a week pretty much. It was just me trying to reclaim the throne while also relearning the entire new character and the new kit as a whole. Essentially, I'm just trying to get a bunch of footage and knowledge about the character so I can make this new guide. Because I do feel like it has to be beginner to advanced. It kind of has to be me just talking about the character as a whole over again. I want to give some actual tips on how I solo queued and how I made it work. How I basically just found success and how I feel like it's been successful for me the entire time. So number one, I do feel like this new Thor, you have to find new angles. You have to dive in. You can't just go in from the front line. I think a lot of Thor players, from what I've seen so far, they've been kind of taking this as going from the front line, dive above the enemy, and let the enemies know that you're there, and you're going to create pressure from that. But in my opinion, playing him like Captain America, where it's jump in, jump around, stall for a little bit, get the enemies to potentially turn around, and that's your pressure, that's not the best way to play him. He's not this brawling character that can survive that anymore. But I do think that you can go in the back line and still create pressure without being this Venom character who just absorbs a bunch of damage the entire time. How I found success playing Thor is going for these really long, reachy, beachy flank plays where I'll find potentially a corner or a flank and I'll go behind the team, pop the awakening, and all I'm doing is trying to get a bunch of damage off, so the Punisher will either push me and just realize that I'm a threat, or just kind of turn around for a little bit and look at me. But essentially what I'm trying to do is just set up in the back line so that if enemies have to back up if my team's pushing forward, I'm going to be there right away. And if the enemies push forward, then I can just retake that spot and push forward even further, essentially. Essentially, the enemies will never be able to push forward without me pushing forward behind them, and if they're pushing forward and looking at my team, then I'll be looking at them, and if they're looking at me, then my team will be pushing forward. And it's going to be this big game of cat and mouse where in solo queue, because not a lot of players do use comms period, but even if they are using comms, they're just not prepared for what to do if the enemies have to think on their feet. That gives you a huge window of opportunity to take advantage of the enemies who just essentially don't know what to do. They're just going to be scrambling the entire time. You can play patient, you can play slow, and especially if they're playing in this big clumped up group of people, like if they have a Punisher or a Bucky Barnes and they're just clumping up together the entire time, that's going to be one of the best ways to play, just playing slow, hoping your team doesn't get picked off, because obviously you can't control if your team just gets picked off if they just run them down. But you can make this really strong cat and mouse play as long as you're still putting down pressure by using your hammer throw to regain Thor force, or by just sitting in the back line and making it so they can't go anywhere else. But find angles. Don't go in from the front line. Don't act like Captain America or Venom. In my opinion, you're just not that character. You don't brawl for 10 seconds anymore. Don't put yourself in predicaments where you're going to be in the fight for 10 seconds or more. These fights are all going to be very, very fast, but it's going to be a very, very slow build up. Essentially, before, Thor would be brawling for like 10 seconds. It would be what? You'd jump in, pop your awakening, you'd be in that fight for 5 seconds, and then afterwards from there you could pop your hammer throw and you could stay in that fight for even longer if you wanted to. Maybe even just stay in that entire fight with your lightning realm again and stay in that fight for 15 seconds because you're going to be in awakening again, hammer throw, I don't know. The other Thor, you'd pick these scenarios where you're only going to pop awakening so you can stay in that fight for a long time. Now you're going to be taking 3 fights pretty much in the span of those 10 seconds, but now it's essentially going to be jump in, pop the awakening, burn their cooldown, whether it be like Loki runes or Hela's bird or Namor's bubble, then just jump out, jump back in, pop your hammer throw to recycle your awakening, cancel it, jump back out, jump back in, pop your lightning realm to recycle it or slow them down, and then jump back out. Make sure you're taking these fights not as brawling Thor, but as like a Black Panther, I guess. A Black Panther that can recycle his cooldowns way, way, way faster. Just jumping in, jumping out, jumping in, jumping out, jumping in, jumping out, until you finally eventually get the kill. Especially because abilities like runes, they are such a long cooldown that it's like what, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, that you can just use your lightning realm 3 or 4 times to try to get the kill on him. Just take some time. And yeah, from diving and finding angles and then going into like target selection, next is going to be just make sure you're using the right abilities at the right time. Character is already going to feel different, but he's going to feel really, really clunky at first if you're just using your lightning realm and your hammer throw at the exact same time. I feel like if you're using those 2 abilities off cooldown together, you're going to feel like the character is the exact same as season 1.5, except he's just even worse now because he lost his shields. But if you are going into the fights and you're using your lightning realm separately from your hammer throw and you're using those abilities in different times, realizing that you should be using this to burn, Loki's runes, and then afterwards you can fight him with lightning realm to slow him down, then I feel like you're going to find a lot more success because you just need to take these fights slower and not blow your load all at the same time. He's going to be this character that cycles abilities now, as opposed to just this brawl, hit, brawl, hit. It's unfortunately he's just playing at a different tempo now. He's at a different pace. He legitimately is a different song. Stop wasting your abilities. I really do feel like if you're not finding success, it's because you're probably wasting your abilities and you're not using your hammer throw or your lightning realm at the right time. Just make sure you're using your lightning realm or your hammer throw at different times, and you're just cycling your abilities at the correct time, using your abilities how you want to use them, and just make sure that you're getting your abilities off because you want to use your abilities, not because you just feel like you should be throwing your abilities out. Oh, I have ability. Okay, I'm just gonna throw it out. It's not just brawl. It's okay. I'm gonna hammer throw here because I want Thor force. I'm gonna use my lightning realm here for more Thor force and to escape or to slow the enemies down. Thor can't stack Thor force or anything. You can't just like, oh, I have 3 Thor force and I'm gonna use my hammer throw to get an extra one. No, once you have 3 Thor force, you have 3 Thor force. So why are you opening up a fight with Storm Surge into hammer throw when you can just get that Thor force back from hitting them on the face after you Storm Surge into them? You don't need to use your hammer throw, man. You can use that afterwards to escape. Stop wasting your abilities. Next is gonna be, it's okay to waste your ultimate, but I do feel like a lot of Thor players beat themselves up because they don't get the most ultimate value possible. Listen, if you go and watch a Magneto player, that character gets so much value out of his ultimate. He can be counter engage, he can be peel, he can be one-shot potential. He has so many opportunities to save his teammates with this ability. If he has airball moments and they miss their ultimates constantly and they don't peel at all with their ultimates, at the end of the day, hey, you're allowed to miss your ultimate too. It's okay. Things happen. Set yourself up for the best way possible. Make sure you're burning Loki lamps. Make sure you're burning Cloak and Dagger's ability. Make sure you're not just using your ultimate randomly. Make sure you have your lightning realm down so you can slow them. But hey, at the end of the day, if all those things are said and done and they still have a mag bubble, what can you do about it? It is what it is. You burnt your ultimate. You try to go for a kill. Hey, if your Luna Snow didn't damage boost at the right time, it is what it is. You're going for these plays. You're trying to make them work. If it doesn't work out, it is what it is. Just have purpose for it. Move on. Keep your eye on the ball. It's okay. Last but not least, this one honestly is one of the biggest ones in my opinion. Back in the day, a lot of the Spider-Man players and the Wolverine players would be going for plays that a lot of people thought were niche, awkward, weird, or just dumb. And they'll throw games half the time because they were just sitting there going for these crazy plays that weren't viable at all. Now these plays are extremely common. If you're a Platinum Wolverine player or a Platinum Spider-Man player, I guarantee you're hitting these plays on the daily because you just know it's a good play and you practice it 24/7. It's the pull the people into danger play. Whatever that may be, whether it's off the map, whether it's out of their ultimates, whether it's into your entire team, regardless, this is one of the most random ways a character can win a game, but it works. There's only 4 minutes. All right, only 4 minutes. When you die, you're dead for 10 seconds. And that also means that, you know, the enemy team can push forward. Potentially you die, you're playing a tank, you're playing the most valuable role who has to stay alive. If they know you're dead, they know where you're at, they can just push forward, you're owned. Thor does not have server admin privileges, okay? He's not Wolverine. You can't just server admin. You can't ban somebody, all right? You can maybe temp ban somebody. Hey, maybe get a kick in there every once in a while. Cloak and Dagger is extremely easy to push out of her ultimate. Wait for it to finish. Push her out of the ultimate. Force her to burn that cloak move so that A, you can do it to her again, just push her out of her ultimate again, slow her down, go for the ultimate, boom, now she's just dead. Or B, maybe potentially somebody else can follow up afterwards too. Bucky Barnes, Spider-Man, your tank might be there next to you too to shoot at her like Magneto. Either way, there might be some other way that you can take advantage of that because for the next 12 seconds, everyone's going to be invulnerable. So what's the best play here? Is it going to be to sit there, farm your ultimate? That could be. Is it going to be to sit there, brawl the entire time? Could be. Or is it going to be to sit there, push them out of their ultimates, potentially get a kill, and also farm your ultimate at the same time because you're going to be brawling. You know, it doesn't have to be push the enemies off the map because you're playing on Hell's Heaven. It can just be, hey, I'm going to knock the Loki out of the Luna Snow ultimate because they're ulting, she's not looking at him, boom, there he goes. I'm going to knock the Invisible Woman out of her ultimate, boom, there she goes. Just be weird. Like, if you're going to be invulnerable, just be weird then. Just be awkward. Make the game awkward. Bring the enemies to a point where it's like, okay, Invis only has 2 seconds left. I'm going to knock her away so that she has to use her jump so that now she's out of position, out of her ultimate too. Just be weird. These games, people understand that Thor is poo-poo garbage sometimes. They understand that if he's in his awakening, that he can't really press forward that much anymore. Now you can cancel the awakening, but still, people can still push up on you. They can still own you hard. So utilize the fact that most players don't have a push in their kit. You do though. You can knock people into your team. You can still be that weird, awesome Thor that pushes people into your team. Just because you lost your HP, don't lose your confidence. Don't lose the plays that got us here. These were the plays that got us here, okay? Go for the Luna Snow damage boost. It's okay if you miss it. It's okay. Guess what? If you hit it, you look awesome. If you hit it, the play was made. It's okay. You can miss these plays. It's okay. The games last 7 minutes. If the enemies hate you so much, they last 7 minutes. They can avoid you. Game will go on. Guess what? So will your life. It's fine. Hope this video helped you guys or gave you guys some ideas on how you want to play the game. Genuinely, I encourage you guys to go feed your asses off and just go jump in, go crazy, because that's literally how I found success. At the end of the day, you're gonna go up, you're gonna go down. That's how the world works. You're gonna climb, you're not gonna climb. EOMM exists, so either way. Wi-Fi demons at the same time. You're already dealing with enough playing Thor. Guide coming soon. Stay tuned. Legit. No changes were made for Thor in season 3, so look forward to that. I know I'm not. All right, see you guys on my stream. If not, see you guys around. Peace, peace, peace.
2 to the 1, from the 1 to the 3. I like good pussy and I like good trees. Smoke so much weed you wouldn't believe. And I get more ass